Hello, so this is a personal note about Loci or Loci, uh, whatever we can call this kind of method in any kind of way. But this special recording in the middle of the night is prepared to figure out my progress with this technique. Technique is strictly correlated with memory palace. Uh, yeah, and I add to my daily routines the objective to revisit my memory palace. So uh, inside my mind, I'm just going back with my last experiments. My last oh my God, eyes shining like in a devil. Okay, yeah. So and this is the way how how my attention is distract. I just move away from one subject to another. So the main purpose is to share some of information about memory palace technique. It seems to be vital important to review these palaces, and also I figure out that when I'm using this technique, when I make my loci in particular places from 1 to 10, when I put many different items, I'm just floating away to different kind of loci. Yeah, so for example, with memory palace correlated with the place I'm living just now, I use these 10 points to inject in my memory palace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different losses. 5. So I'm thinking it is absolutely too much, too many, too many in one memory palace. However, I figure out, of course, that preparing the correct journey, the way how can I just easy recall, for example, the location and number without thinking, it's quite difficult. It takes a lot of energy and a lot of effort to prepare the Loci, this 10 points first for me. I know I should do it in different kind of way, but what is important for me and what I would like to share with myself especially, that when I was younger I struggle with put the names of the months and bind it with number representation. So it was very difficult for me to put together, for example, June to 6th, yeah. For example, December to 12th, maybe not December, because this is the last one, and it was quite easy to remember that the last month in a year is just 12. But let's take a look, for example, April. It is 4th, yeah, I know it just now, but it is not natural for me. I must to learn it, yeah, I must learn it. I must to repeat it continuously many times in order to imprint this information in my mind. So yeah, it is something what I would like to share. And let's go back to memory palace. Yeah, moon. What I figure out more, maybe with myself, the best idea is not just to make some kind of grotesque images, or just to make something really weird. from my point of view, it seems to be more productive and more useful to put the context, to put away how Loci should look. So, for example, when I'm moving from in my mind from one point to another, I should start to imagine the journey when I'm moving from one point to another. And in this moment, yeah, I'm near the location, the school location, where I put imprint a few pictures, like, for example, all the panorama, the staff and friends. Yeah, so I have four different words and four different losses associated with this location. Yeah, I'm just staring on this location. So it is too much. Just to summarize, it is too much. I shouldn't go in this kind of way. I never done the longer lossy than 24 points in this moment. And it was a huge challenge. It took me almost 1 year to prepare this kind of journey, to imprint it in my mind, to see it, and to make it easy to just recall from my mind. And it seems I'm not using this journey anymore. Why? Because I can remember, I can forget the numbers and so on. Additional important issue is language we are using to describe the stations, the point of our journey. So I used Polish in the beginning. Now I try to speak just only in English, just to improve the way I'm using this language. Yeah, my God, it sounds like a bullshit just now, but however, yeah, I'm just working on my language, so that's it. But in this meaning time, I see and I figure out that I should use both languages. Both languages. Why? Because the language is another representation, another system of representation, another some kind of sense. It's building. It's just building our impression, our way of thinking in different kind of ways, in different kind of dimensions, and so on. So yeah. What else? Like there are many different kind of issues. So I also figure out that after random, yeah, 3, 4 altogether, after random 4 journeys, after when I memorized 10 different words using a website to randomly generate this kind of words and to memorize it, I figure out that I'm struggling with adjectives, with any kind of verbs or adverbs. It seems to be difficult to imprint it in my memory. So any kind of adjective associated with, for example, with move, or verb associated with cognitive functions, or with emotions, it is difficult to me to memorize. I need to remember. I need to repeat the same activity many times, but it's not helping. Sooner or later, I'm just forgetting it. So yeah, I'm struggling with adjectives, verbs, and emotions. Yeah. All right. So let's keep going deeper. Am I using this technique just to memorize some kind of useful information right now? No. I am not. But yeah, I would like to start my education, and the way I start to learn this kind of mnemonic techniques is just to learn faster and to recall information faster as well. For many of us, the knowing it's just meaning to memorize, yeah. So yeah, for most of us, it seems to be very obvious and very simple that if we can just memorize something, we can recall it, and we just know something about it. So for most of us, to remember its meaning to know, yeah. It's not an equivalent, and of course I'm absolutely conscious about differences between these two words and similar and yeah, and so on. But however, for most of us, it seems to be in a way like this. So sorry for that. It is like it is. The majority of people put equal sign between memorize, between memory and knowledge. Yeah, that's it from my point of view. So, what can I do just now? With numbers, for example, with Loci, with Journey, with numbers from 1 to 10, most of the time when I need to memorize the number, I try to not use the number like a number anymore. So I try to just imagine each single time that this number is some kind of object, yeah. So for example, number 2 is a swan for me, yeah. It's a classic swan. Why? Because swan have a long neck, and when you start to draw the swan, most of the time you will have number 2. So yeah, each single time, even I rewrite the token. Today I done it many times. I make many different money transfers. So yeah, I done it many times tonight, and I try to use this kind of representation in my mind, not the number like a number, but the representation of this number like a picture, like imagination. How far I can go? It's a very good question. I'm just on beginning on this kind of journey, and when I'm in a rush, when I need to move on, most of the time I'm just forgetting to use the Loci technique to memorize anything. So it seems to be very important for me to not stress myself, just to be calm and relaxed. Why? Just because then I can increase my mental capability. Yeah, it's so easy. But I didn't know about it previously. So it is important. I need to work on it. I need to work with this important state of mind to be just relaxed, yeah, to not struggling with anything, be just relaxed. How it sounds, my god, it sounds like some kind of hypnotic state or trance, whatever. Right, so what's next? What about this process? Probably that's it. Well, what can I share about Loci? So each single day I'm I add 5 minutes of my time just only to review my memory my memory palaces in order to understand where am I going and how am I going and so on. How many of these memory palaces I done, how many journeys I do. To be honest, 1, 2, 3. In this moment I can say just only 3. So maybe I just should start another journey and at another points and so on. However, for example, with this walk, when I took a walk and I moved to the place previously imagined in my mind, the new pictures start to be visible around. Yeah, so for example, now I'm over the bridge, over the yeah, on the passage over the railway. So with this place, I can easily recall the engine, for example. What else? The lamps, it was another word, drop, yeah, so I'm struggling with activity. What else was in this place? To be honest, I'm not sure what else was after. Yeah, so this is a short review of my progress. Today we have, oh Jesus, 9 of May 2020. What else I should say? I spent a lot of time on researching my current investments assets, and in this moment I can say that yeah, I do not go gentle into this good night. I'm going smooth. That's it. Thank you.